woke up late, slept in, it was nice. Starting today with the enchilada pulled beef again. Nice and delicious. Quite enjoy this one. It's got couscous and the beef and the beans. So the couscous is just a nice change to rice and that. Yeah, and it goes down really well. Then of course I'll be taking 2 vitamin Ds, 3 vitamin Cs and 3 fish oils. And I'm about to head to training. It's 5:43 p.m. I'm just gonna have a few scoops of this cookies and cream ice cream because I just want to have carbs in me. I've only had that one meal, so I just feel like I need to eat more. I could eat another meal right now, but you don't want to eat a whole meal before training. I've also got my BCAAs for training and the Hydro Whey for post-workout. So you got the supplements, and I'll have 1 or 2 huge meals when I get home, I imagine. And I'll try and go to bed relatively early, even though I won't be tired because I woke up so late. Try to normalize the day soon. We had none other than Nutritious, the infamous, join us today. He very kindly spotted me on this ring sequence. Tyson couldn't spot me himself due to an injury that he sustained in his last workout. He was being cautious and just resting it. Be sure to watch Tyson's week 2 for more information. This has been a really nice sequence. It's really hard for me. I'm not strong enough, sadly. Nowhere near strong enough, I'd say. Though it feels very satisfying to move through these positions on the rings themselves. Thanks, man.
That last multi is so hard.
This is what I'm doing for my hamstring mobility. The main reason I'm showing you guys this is because this is the main stretch I'm doing for my B-sit to help me build my compression mobility. So by doing this, I'm getting more flexible, and then all those V-sit exercises that I'm doing are gaining the strength to help me pull my legs with that new range of motion. Doing this alone, I'm not going to build that same strength to pull my legs actively up into a V. But this is going to loosen out the hamstrings and other muscles that are necessary to be able to get into that position. It's all about range of motion, it's not as much about strength and heavy weights. So 37 kilos worked really well for me, and that's what I'm going to stick at for the moment. Rather than trying to increase the weight, I'm trying to increase my range of motion. The only reason I increase the weight is if I feel like it's just too easy for me, and even when I'm fully relaxed in the bottom position, I'm not getting enough pull. With this I did 5 reps. The first 3 reps I hold for about 5 seconds, and then the last 2 I hold for about 15 seconds. Even though my hamstrings are really uncomfortable, I'm just trying to relax and get that weight to the floor. And each consecutive session I'm actually able to go a little bit lower. Oh, that's so good. I love it so much. As you'll know from my other videos where I talk about mobility, now I'm trying to only do weighted stretching because it just feels so good for me. I find it really easy to get myself into that uncomfortable position at the limit of my range of motion, and I can just feel the flexibility gains coming. This is a little something we call the horse stance. This is one of 2 exercises I'm doing my middle splits right now. I do other exercises as well, but not as consistently as these 2. These 2, however, I do them at least 3 to 4 times a week. Try I get my hips as deep as I can. You really feel the stretch when you do that. And keep your arms, just keep it in front of you, like this karate stance. You don't rest on your legs obviously because that's taking weight off the hips. And now you just enjoy it. This one is meant to build up the strength in the groin area for the middle splits. You measure how much you're doing it by how many steps you take, and as you get better you can try and step wider. Shout out must be made to Fitness FAQs. He has a great tutorial on this skill and he brought it to my attention, so thank you Daniel, I really appreciate that, mate. Second exercise I do for the splits. And I start the timer when I get to a point where I start to feel uncomfortable. It really works the muscles hard because you're taking all the body weight through the legs, so they're working hard to keep you up, and since they're at their limit of mobility, they're in great discomfort. That's where I'm feeling it, so I'll start the timer now. So you just try to relax as uncomfortable as it is, and you can go a little bit further. Oh. That's 30. Oh man, that is uncomfortable. Jeez. Note as well, an important point here is I don't let my feet turn out like that. That externally rotates the hip. If you keep your toes pointing forward, it's internally rotated, that's how you want to do it. If you watch any guy doing the splits nicely and they're lowering into it, you'll notice they keep that foot forward to keep the hip internally rotated. I think actually it makes it a different skill if you externally rotate. It becomes more of a straddle sit rather than a middle split. Because in the straddle sit, you obviously don't do it like that, you do it with your feet rotated outwards. Jordan Garcia, I gotta thank him again for this one because this is what he was doing and he's got a really nice middle split now. He also recommended I do Cossack squats. I haven't currently been doing them consistently, which is not good. So I definitely should be doing those Cossack squats and I'll show you them in a future episode. I'm hoping to go to bed very soon. Just having some delicious spaghetti bolognese again. Yeah, really like this one. It's easy to smash. I'll probably eat this in another meal right after. We'll see what happens.
Couldn't get enough.
I'm having the beef stroganoff, baby. It's really nice as well. It's rice and peas and meat, so it's just a nice change from the, for example, spaghetti and cabbage, or even how yesterday I was having the couscous. Nice variety, you never get sick of it. And yeah, I feel like this right now, so let's tuck into it. And this is a record third meal. Chicken, sausages with green beans. I'm also obviously just having a lot of water with this, and then I'm hoping to go to bed. Looking forward to the sweet potato mash as well. Just yeah, I think I'm craving the carbs. And what better way to start the day than with some satay chicken. Boom. My favorite. Of course, I'm also having the fish oil 3 tablets, 2 vitamin Ds, 3 vitamin Cs. I've also got the creatine and the beta-alanine here. In yesterday's chaos, I actually forgot to have the beta-alanine and creatine in the morning. Disastrous. So just before I went to bed last night, I slammed down the creatine, and I'm very sorry. Yes, with the creatine anyway, you can take it any time of the day, just ideally just once a day, and I guess to be consistent, you should do it at the same time every day. Just about to eat. Time is now 3:49 p.m. It's a bit annoying. I've got training at 4 o'clock, so I'm going to be late to training annoyingly. But I've got to edit. That's what I'm doing right now, and it's just how things are. Anyway, so I'll have to wait a little bit before training because you don't want to eat and train straight away. So I'm having peanut butter on toast and a spaghetti bolognese with cabbage. I also just had a few mouthfuls of ice cream just then because I just felt like it. Back from training, it's 9:20 p.m. having some dinner. We've got the enchilada pulled beef again. Boom, you guys are getting familiar with these meals now, huh? Still as tasty as ever. Gonna eat this, then I'm gonna get into editing. Just having another meal because I can. Yeah, and it's not full yet, so. This one is Greek yogurt, raspberries, strawberries, and that's all Sultana brand there. Yeah, all mixed together. I like to, I put it all together, then I mix it like this. And oh, there's also banana in there. How could I forget? Yeah, anyway, I enjoy these. Delicious and obviously very nutritious. So yeah, it's kind of like my dessert tonight. I'm about to go to bed, having another cookies and cream ice cream. Just look at that thing. But to balance it out, don't worry, I'm having a Synthesis protein shake as well. Gee whiz, we're already at the end of week 2. My time flies. I hope you guys enjoyed the week of eating. Tyson thought he was quite proud of his week. Not so much. I didn't at all think, alright, I'm going to make sure I eat particularly well this week or anything. I just literally did a week of eating. I was naturally really skinny before I started training.
What?
Yeah.
No!
Really hard to believe, I know. It's kind of like the whole Captain America transformation. That's basically what happened.
Yes!
Anyway, I was really...
Yes!
And I think the reason I was so thin, one reason was when I was a kid, I would say I was playing a computer game or playing soccer or
I know this story.
doing anything. I just get really focused on that, and then I just totally forget about eating. And then hours later, I'd be like, damn, I'm hungry. That whole catabolic time.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that's just how I work, at least. Like, I focus on something and then that's what I want to do, and I want to finish that before I do anything else. And so in terms of eating, if I'm really busy, often eating will suffer because I'll do this, I'll do that, and I'll try and fit eating in wherever. You'll have noticed that 2 of those days this week were a little bit messed up, mainly because of just, you know, my editing schedule. I just got really busy with lots of different things, and unfortunately my eating suffered as a result. I imagine most people in the world would eat like me. Is that true, or am I better than average or worse? Let me know, guys. What do you think?
Why do you think your eating suffered, but your training didn't suffer?
I prioritize training over eating because I believe that you'll get better results if you train well and don't eat as well, rather than eating well and not training well. I'm sure you can probably hear that, right? I think training is the most important thing. Eating is obviously very important, and recovery is as well, but if you don't train well, even if you do everything else really well, you're not going to get the good results. Next week, we're going to be showing our recovery. So we'll be showing all the things we're doing behind the scenes, after the workouts and before the workouts, to prepare our bodies for this really demanding training schedule. It's really important. I feel like if I wasn't doing these recovery things alongside the training, I would likely get injured. So it's super important. I'm feeling great now as well. I'm feeling stronger and just nice and free. We'll be showing you things like deep tissue release, ice baths, saunas. Ooh, yeah, baby, I love this one. You should get some good ideas for yourself. Things you can do that don't take that much time and don't cost any money, but you can do them to yourself to help recovery and to help ensure you don't get injured. So week 1, we went through the program. This week we did the eating. Next week, recovery. Make sure you guys subscribe to be the first notified when we post new videos. There'll be a new video every single week on the same day, so you can know for sure that it's going to be coming out. And this way, it'll go straight into your newsfeed. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week in week 3.